Morning HMS 7, great to see you back here on a Wednesday. Again, purpose of Jumpstart is to focus, to think deeply, and to hold ourselves accountable in practicing the 7 habits of highly effective people. Again, it always starts with the first one, which is being proactive. I like to call it face your challenges. You see our marquee, the big sign right when you walk into a building, it says embrace your challenges. We all have challenges, and we all have different challenges that we walk into this building with every day. I am asking you to embrace them, and embracing them means to be proactive about them. If I have an issue academically, and let's say, for example, math or science, I want you to think about ways you can embrace that challenge, how you could face it, how you could be proactive about your challenges in math. To me, that's asking your teacher questions, asking if you can come in early, stay a little bit later to do some extra work, practice a little bit more at home. I think that's the best way to be proactive. Ask questions, put time and effort in, ask if you can stay. I guarantee you, our teachers in this building will be more than happy to work with you in their time when they're not teaching to help you get better. So that first one's always really important. Second one we talked about in October, putting first things first. Prioritize. What are your big rocks? What are the things that are most important? Focus on your big rocks. When you walk into this building, your big rock should be what you need to get done in first hour, what you need to get done in second hour, what you need to get done in third hour. Then schedule everything else. Little side conversation with my friends, social networking, things like that. Schedule that later. Knock out your big rocks. Moving on to the month of November, that is beginning with the end in mind. Continue to think about what that means. What that means is having a set of goals and set of values, setting a path in your life, and following it. But most importantly is to think about why beginning with the end in mind is important. 2 big reasons. One, at this stage in your life, you're at a crossroads. The decisions that you're making right now will have a huge impact on you later on in life. We want you to make good decisions. Second piece, and I still believe this is the most important piece, but that's because I'm an 8 and I'm kind of a control freak sometimes, and that is you get to determine the course of your life. You're the driver. You're the one that gets to make the decision, the good decisions, to make good decisions and to progress further. Again, it also brings me back to the 3 things we talked about. We'll get through the other 4. These are, again, skills. Say it to yourself. Skills. You're not born with these. You're not born with these, but we're all born with the ability to practice, put in time and effort, and to grow and get better. Once again, at the very top there, that light bulb, if that symbolizes intelligence, if that symbolizes genius, not necessarily something you're born with here, guys. 29%, if we're going to break this down into percentages, perspiration, which is time and effort, sweat, working hard. 8% of that aspiration, aspiring to be something better in your life. Do that. 15% explore. Explore things in your life. Explore things. To me, the purest form of intelligence is being curious, asking questions. Ask yourself, do you have to be intelligent to be curious about something? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's very important. But most importantly, you are the driver in your life. Think beyond today. Think beyond today. Again, I'm not asking you to pick your future mate. I'm not asking you to pick your future college. I'm not asking you to pick your future career. I'm asking you to think beyond today. Our example historically today is Dwight D. Eisenhower. Not sure how many of you know who Dwight D. Eisenhower is, but he was a 2-term president of the United States. Not only that, he was the supreme Allied commander in World War II, one of the most gruesome events of all time. Over 50 million people died fighting for freedom during World War II. He was the commander of the Allied forces during that. But you know what else is special about Dwight D. Eisenhower? Raised in Kansas. Born in Texas, but we forget about that. He was only there for 2 years. Kansans claim him as their own. Born in Kansas, or born in Texas, raised in Abilene, Kansas. He began with an end in mind around his middle school years. He wanted to go to college. His main goal, he didn't know where he wanted to go, but he wanted to go to college. In his freshman year, he had a horrific football accident that they thought they were going to have to amputate his right leg, and that means remove it. He refused to let him do it. He miraculously got better. Had to be held back a year. I want you to think about that again. He had to do his freshman year twice. That did not deter him from his end goal, which was simply going to college. And then he and his brother, because they grew up poor, had to deal with each other, that one of them would work while the other one did a year of college so that they could help support each other. And they did that for a year or two, and then he eventually applied to West Point and went into the Army. As you can tell, when Eisenhower was 12, 13, 14, he didn't know he was going to be President of the United States. He didn't even have a goal to do that. He didn't know that he was going to be the Supreme Allied Commander during World War II. He didn't even know he was going to go to West Point when he was 12, 13, and 14. You know what he did, though? He read a lot of books. He read books. And those books opened up his mind to all kinds of possibilities and new ideas. He really liked books about warfare, probably why he eventually went to West Point. The point being here, you're the driver of your life. Think beyond today. Young Dwight Eisenhower, eventually President Eisenhower, at roughly your age said, you know what, I want to go to college. He had an end goal, and he stuck to it. Think about that. I'm not saying that everybody in this building is going to be President of the United States, but when you have that, you think beyond today. Think the future. Begin with an end in mind. You'll be successful. Once again, as we start to close out the month of November, please continue working on the great discovery. You can also continue to working on creating those fake Instagram, fake Twitter accounts and putting positive messages. Send them to me. I'll post them out. Once again, that great discovery is about you thinking about an end in mind. Again, Eisenhower didn't know he was going to be president. Didn't know he was going to be Supreme Allied Commander. But he knew he wanted to go to college. So, when you get down there towards the end of the Great Discovery, it asks you to list some things that you're good at and maybe stuff that isn't even there. Maybe that will start to spark you with an end goal in mind. We love you guys. Look forward to seeing you around on a Wednesday. Continue to work hard.